Two MLU insiders, bringing you hard analysis of everything that happens on the field. This is the John and Greg Show.
So I guess it's a good time to officially announce the 2015 John and Greg Show Combine Tour. We've been planning this for a while, and I'm really excited about it. You're really excited about it. We are going to be, instead of just doing interviews and going up to combines and shooting and doing all that stuff, which we will be doing. We'll be doing so we get some extra footage, put it together, the same kind of videos we put together the last couple of years.
Right.
But this year, we're going to do a John and Greg Show from each combine that we go to, which would probably be 3 or 4 on the East Coast. And we're starting this weekend in New York at the New York Rumble's second tryout. And I'm super excited. We're going to have players come on. We'll probably talk to Anthony Nunez, who, he's just been on the show a couple times. Always a fun interview. Really excited for that.
Yeah, I think it's a way to, not just watch those, short, 3-4 minute news type pieces where we get the quick hit interviews, but, a lot of those guys, especially, up in New York, you have such characters, we get Herman on for...
It'll also be... This is one of the more interesting situations that we have this offseason. This was a very disappointing team last year. What are they planning to do to fix that? What are they going to do differently this year? Are they bringing in any new players? Are they letting go of anyone that they thought might have held them back? I don't know any details, but I'm excited to find out what we can on Saturday. Saturday. And
I think that the nice thing about it is it seems like the teams are staggering, not on purpose, but the tryouts are kind of staggered. So, Phillies is right after the New Year.
Philly will most likely be the second tryout we go to, and then probably hit a DC tryout, and then that'll lead us into our... hopefully we can get up to Boston. I think that'd be a lot of fun.
It would be.
Do a Boston trip. And then that leads us into preseason coverage, and, then we're back in the season.
The whole bit, right. So, yeah, I'm really excited. I can't wait to get started this Saturday.
Yeah. So, without further ado, let's bring in someone who was at the tryout this past weekend, and that's MLU's own Billy Sickles. We're back. Billy, thanks for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Like the hat. We were just talking to the Eagles before we had you on.
I just love the whole outfit, actually. The insomnia cookies.
Yeah,
big ups to them.
Yeah, I was at the game yesterday with my dad. Pretty disappointing game overall. Not where the Eagles where I'd like them to be, but a little humbling.
Still got hope. Next week's big. We're all excited for that.
Yeah.
But let's talk last weekend. You went up to New York with your old buddy Anthony Nunez and the New York Rumble. Can you tell us about the tryout? What was it like? What did you see?
It was really interesting. It was a good experience for me because I didn't get a chance to try out last year. So it was definitely a higher level of ultimate than I've seen in the past between college and club. It was cool to play with the previous players on the Rumble as well as the guys that were trying out. So I was very impressed with the overall level of play, and I think I fit in pretty well with what they're doing.
Cool. What can you tell us about who returned to the tryout? Because we don't know exactly who's coming back, anything like that. What are some familiar faces that you saw, and how did everybody look?
So some familiar faces, Marquez Brownlee, I know from playing him in high school, and then just some of the notable guys like Ben Faust, Marky and Kuzmowicz, players like that really stand out when you watch them play. Not necessarily, the guys that are making all the stats necessarily, but just guarding them and watching them play on the sideline. It's definitely exciting to see those guys in person.
Was there any talk? I mean, it's very obvious that this was a team that had a very disappointing 2014.
Right.
Was there any talk while you were there about the new direction or a different direction or what the plan is to change the course this year?
Yeah, I mean, just from Nunez addressing everyone, it seemed like he's really looking for guys who are good teammates, guys who are good athletes, and guys who are going to play within the system that they're trying to implement. So last year, I mean, just from what I saw, I know they had a lot of talent, but they couldn't quite put it together. But there was certainly a lot of talent out there on Saturday, and I think that they're really looking to kind of add some new dynamics to what they already have and kind of fill in the pieces from there.
Cool. Mazer there?
Mazer was there. Smash was there. I had a rough time covering him. I had a long point, about 3 or 4 turnovers both ways, and I was definitely sucking wind at the end of that. But it was a good experience just playing against someone who's considered one of the best defenders in the entire league, and it gives me a good idea of where I'm at moving forward.
For someone going through a tryout process, what would you say was the biggest difference between the Ultimate you played before and what you saw on Saturday?
I think the overall just decision making of everyone was very telling. In the college level, a lot of it is downfield, a lot of just, put it up and have your best athlete make a play. And there was a lot more organization with what I saw on Saturday. Not a lot of just unnecessary looks down the field. So everyone was really trying to showcase their decision-making ability, and obviously trying to show that they have good throws and they have good spacing and all. But I didn't see a lot of deep looks, and I think some of it had to do with the conditions. It was obviously very rainy.
Brutal conditions.
Yeah, it was pretty cold. It was rainy for the entire time. But yeah, I just think the overall sort of, discipline of each of the players was really telling, because a lot of them are high-level club players, and that kind of showed and trickled down to everyone else who was trying out as well.
I got one more question. John, do you have any? Or
no, you're knocking the ball out of the park there.
Thanks, John. Appreciate it.
Right.
Last question, I guess. Is there anybody out there aside from yourself who we should take note of that was out that we might not know about?
I think one of my high school teammates, Matt Weintraub, had a very good tryout. He played for Rutgers the past 4 years.
Right.
Got to go to nationals with them. Played against him this summer at club regionals. He's a very hard worker. He's a very aggressive defender, and he doesn't make a lot of mistakes. And I think that he is also ready to take that next step into the professional level, and it's really exciting to see him play at that level as well, just from not even 5 years ago where we were playing in high school, just kind of him being the handler and him throwing it to me deep. So it's cool that we've kind of went in separate directions, but we're still playing together, and it's exciting to see where it goes.
Awesome. Thanks for coming on the show, Billy.
Yeah, thanks so much.
Thanks, John and Greg. Appreciate it.
Yep.